we have to say hello again?
Yeah, you could say hello again. You want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. Okay, you go ahead.
Now?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that you were starting. I'm Maung, and this is Felix.
Hi guys.
Hello.
So, hi guys. Doh.
It's the YouTube audience.
Right. To everyone
Yeah.
watching on YouTube and Facebook. Hi guys. So we're Maung and Felix. We're from Doh Studio, and we're on Aussie's podcast.
So Doh Graphic Studio. Doh Graphic Studio is like your own like business, right? That you guys started outside of school.
Right.
Yeah.
So like our side hustle.
So, we're sort of into graphic design, but we were never really sure. And then, what is it?
That we first met.
So we first met through the gym. We were never really close friends until Felix started going to the gym because he had to.
You gotta go to the gym.
Yeah, he went because he had to walk at a fashion show, like our school fashion show, La Mag.
Oh, Les Miserables?
Yeah.
No, La Magnifique.
Wait, what the fuck? Why did I say Les Miserables? That's a movie.
No, it's a annual charity fashion show that we organize for our high school.
Well, he started going to the gym because of that, and then I was like, I found it so cool because it was like freshman year. I was like, fuck, wow, he's like going to the gym. He's getting so big, and I was so skinny. I was like a twig, so I was like, Felix, where do you go to the gym? And then we started going to the gym, and then we just became best buds.
Oh shit, that's a cute story. Wait, which gym?
Oh, Real Fitness. Shout out to Real.
Wow. Cái món sao là
No. The one at Myanmar. Yeah.
Oh, Victoria Hospital Nama.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask you how you two met, but that was like a very thorough and cute story. Wait. So you guys were in high school doing high school shit, and then how did you guys figure out that you wanted to do this business after becoming best buds?
Flanagan's class, right?
Well, yeah, it was sort of actually we didn't start doing graphic design until 11th grade, sort of, in a sense, because that was our first digital art class that we took. But since forever, I guess I've been into art, as you guys know, as most people know. I love painting, drawing, and stuff like that. So I've been into art, but not really digital. It was more traditional in a sense. And then Myanmar has been also doing some computers stuff.
Yeah, for me, we've always used some Photoshop, but we never really focused on that. And I was focusing on sculptures and 3D, and he was more of traditional and painting. But we never really used.
And then in that digital class, we got projects and stuff. And then my first project that got me into Illustrator was this what was it? Postcard.
Yeah,
the postcard. No. The postcard, Yangon postcard thing where we had to draw, illustrate in digitally of monuments of Yangon, famous places, So from there, I started using and learning Illustrator more.
Okay, so it was through school that you first started to indulge in digital art.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay. How was that transition?
I don't know. We really just learned along as we do.
As you went on, right?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
The school never the school was trash. They didn't really teach us anything. It's more of the projects that they just gave us, and we just had to figure out on our own.
I was just gonna say, right, when I was in ISM, they didn't have anything of that sort, digital art, the Kumamashi. Yeah. So I'm assuming when you guys did it, it was at the start of it.
Right. It was kind of starting to grow in a sense where Flanagan came in. Before Flanagan, it was digital art wasn't that serious.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flanagan came to ISM, and then he started kind of improving all the projects, the classroom, and everything, the curriculum overall. So from there we kind of got a chance to explore what kind of medium that we want to focus on digitally. So like for me, me and Nima, we chose digital art, graphic design basically. And then there were like Chris, for example, he chose video projects and photography projects. So we could like, he was like, we were given like the same project title, like kind of like, okay, let's do postcards for Yangon. And then like something about Yangon, the city of Yangon. And then people can choose different mediums that they like. So like video, and then for us,
but it was almost like before Flanagan was even considered, it was just about to make all of us do the same thing, like photography. But then most of the people from our class, like they wanted to do different types of like stuff. So then he came up with the system where like everyone can do whatever they want. So, like,
wait, was that like? Was that through the students' input or like did you guys have to tell him to make it like that?
Yeah, we had to tell him,
Right. So like in the beginning, so we told him that we all have like kind of different interests and different mediums that we want to try out. So we can create projects.
That's actually kind of cool. So it's not like a photography class or like a digital art class. It's just art.
Yeah, it was almost a photography class. Like we had, at the beginning of the year, like the start of that class, we had to go out and take photos, but we weren't really that interested. And,
everyone was gonna have Chris Sane Studios. So how did you guys like? Okay, so you guys like dabbled in that as a result of school and stuff, but like when did it become like, okay, we're gonna really hone in on this, make it like an actual side hustle project that we can earn money from and stuff like that?
Last year.
Sort of like last year, like 2019.
Like a little bit during summer, so
right.
Like after we finished school, because before. During senior year, I sort of left Felix behind, and he was doing it by himself because he was just like doing graphic design on his own. And then we saw it was still under Doh Studio.
Wait, where'd you go?
I was just chilling. I was just chilling. We still at school, so I just wanted to like have fun and like whatever.
Yeah.
So then,
dude, it's Oh, go on. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, yeah. So then once we finished school, I contacted Felix again. Like we sort of drifted apart during senior year because he was just working. I was like, Felix, like, why are you working so much? Like, and not having fun. Like it's senior year. But then and then we drifted apart. But then I contacted him again, like summer, and then we started working seriously.
Okay. So it's like it was for a little bit Felix's like own thing until you decided like after school that you had the time and the energy to put in your work.
Right? We did start it together, but then sort of like he said, senior year, like kind of he just went and chill, and then I was focusing. But then like even then during that time I was alone. Most of the projects were like kind of free in the sense that I was just starting out alone. Then it was very low pay, I guess, in a sense.
Okay, when you say free, right? Like, did you like start off completely doing it for free, or like you said, low pay?
I did actually. Some of my like the earliest projects were like my cousin's sister's makeup studio and stuff like that, right? Like those are the places you start, right? The projects you start. So like
right
for your relatives and like for the people you are close to, and then you just do it for free and build up the portfolio from there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess like that's how you gotta start out, because like you can't like begin charging anyone.
Right. You can charge $1,000 right away.
Yeah. Wait, so like since you guys are just fresh out of high school and stuff, how did you like transition to the professional scene? Because I see the way you guys conduct emails and stuff, and I feel like a loser, like how I reply to you guys and stuff. I'm so informal, but then you guys are so like set in stone, your guys' professionalism. How did you guys like transition there?
I feel like summer we had this MES, what is it?
MPO with Hog.
Yeah, so Felix had a project with Hog, and then it was for a game concept.
It was like a competition. You know MPO, right? If you play Mobile Legends, like you probably know MPO is like they have seasons each year.
Yes.
So it was like we were contracted by Hog for like season 5. Key visuals, like the design of the competition in a sense, of the whole thing. But then we were like supposed to compete with other countries as well. So I mean, Myanmar lost. so we didn't get our designs out, but it was still in the archives. From
okay.
That was like a transition, sort of with Hawk. It was like a transition project where we kind of stepped into more things more professionally in a sense, and then like also I guess we just learned along the way, like it wasn't like any proper how to say, there was no one like telling us like this should be this way and this should be that way, we just figure it out along the way. We read and then stuff.
Our first main project was Protect, right? Yeah, Protect, the new mask like company, like it's cloth mask. It's out, and it's like a premium mask company. And then
wait, I think I saw your guys' graphics for that on Instagram.
Yeah. So that's where like Stella's my sister's friend, and then my sister just told Stella to come to us, and then we just started working, and that's where we started testing everything out. Like we just did a lot of experimenting with that specific brand, and then it worked out.
Yeah, so essentially that you guys like learned along the way how to be to like conduct yourself in a more serious manner. Most of what?
And like most of the things we learn are just like, I guess, through experience. Because we haven't gone to college, as you guys know. Like I deferred for a year, I'm still not sure. So like both of us don't really have that proper like, I guess, guidance in a sense with like design and stuff like that. We just like self-taught, I guess, with YouTube and stuff. No, I respect that, because like two kids fresh out of high school just like honing in on a serious business like this, it's not quite an easy thing to figure out, right? No, even me with this podcast, like I don't know the direction I'm going, but I do know that as time goes on, I gotta conduct myself a little bit more seriously. So I spent like the whole day yesterday like editing all my thumbnails and stuff, because they just look so dirty, like because they're so like disjointed, there's no like cohesion in them. So I feel it when you guys say that. So like I want to ask, like, since you guys are a two-man team, like what do each of you bring to the to Doh Graphic Studio? Like what are your like individual roles? Actually, for us, we kind of have different skill sets, I guess. That's like the main thing that can be like that would differentiate us from each other. So I'm more into like 2D stuff, more like an illustrator, like 2D design and stuff. And Mima brings 3D stuff to the table, I guess, in a sense.
Also, like, we also have different mindsets. Like Felix, I would say he's more of like a business type, but he's still really creative, but like he focuses more on building Doh as like a professional business. But sometimes he wants to like move too fast, so I'm there to like tell him like chill, like we still have to learn a lot of stuff before we like move on like that fast.
So it's like a dreamer realist relationship.
So I guess it kind of makes it a balanced partnership in a sense.
Because like you can't move too fast, but you can't move too slow either. So I guess balance each out. So is that what your chemistry is like when you guys like work on a project?
Sort of. We do. That kind of translates into projects and design thinking as well, in a sense, like how. Right.
Oh, like you're talking about the creative process itself.
Right. And also like the 2D and 3D aspects of design as well.
Oh, wait, can you elaborate a little bit more on the 2D and 3D thing you were saying?
So Felix, he's always been like he told us before, he was always interested in traditional art. So and now he wants to focus more on like that stuff. Like, how would you explain?
How do I explain this? It's like I still want to focus on. I don't want to lose the illustration side of me, part of me, the artist part of me. So I try to focus on like and try to make designs that are like very illustrative. Try to think of things that I don't know. It's more like I mainly focus on 2D stuff in a sense.
He can draw much better than me. He's always been able to draw much better than me. So he like when we have projects, like he does most of like the main. If it's like big illustrative projects like this, like he does the drawing. I would like use whatever skill I have to like keep up. And then for me, I liked doing sculptures and stuff. but it wouldn't really work out in like the real world, so I shifted to like 3D software.
Oh, you adapted.
Yeah, right. And then that helped us with like, for example, branding projects. We probably need to like show 3D mockups to clients and stuff. So he
like the mask.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
build like 3D models of it, and then like we could sell it.
Oh, okay. Like since we're in like COVID, right? Like has your like work like ethic or like work, how do I say it? Like workflow changed, or like your methods of conducting business? How did you guys have to like adapt?
Actually, I think it stayed the same, honestly. Like not much of a nothing really big changed during COVID, since like it has always been digital for us. Like we never really had a proper studio setup or anything like that, and like we don't really have a office where people come in and stuff. It's just the two of us, so like we could always work digitally no matter what, even before. So like with COVID and like all the work from home stuff, it was kind of like we're used to it in a sense.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like it has gotten better because we're stuck at home. So the minute we wake up, the only thing we do is we just go from our like PCs and like we stay there for the entire day.
Oh like, shit! Doesn't sound like a bad day.
And the gym recently opened, so we're finally getting some exercise. Because all we do is sit down. Like,
dude, I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, sometimes we forget to eat because like that time and like we just keep doing work and the time just passes by. Like we forget to go downstairs and like take a break sometimes.
Yeah. I think that's like the nature of whatever you enjoy doing. Like I actually recorded a podcast episode yesterday talking about like hobbies and shit. And then I was like, what I classify as hobbies is like when you forget to do whatever you need to do while doing that thing. Like you forget to eat, you forget to sleep and shit. So like, I want to ask like, how do you deal with the fact that like your hobby has become like a professional business? Has there been like times where you had to do creative compromises or like any sort of personal compromises to that?
Actually, we do have to do a lot of creative compromises just because sometimes, the ideas we have might not always translate to the client. That's like the main creative compromise that we have to do. And like, well, we try to give options to the clients, but usually it's them who's paying us. So we kind of have to always give the clients the upper hand, I guess, in a sense. But we can always try to like persuade them and like try to sell the idea. And that's our job, honestly. As designers, we're not designers in a sense. We're like people are doing marketing and sales squad, basically. Try to sell the idea, So that's what we try to do. We try to push the idea that we will also be proud of. Like with our project too, like if something that we're not proud of, we don't want to give it to you, right? Like
right.
And like so both parties should be like proud of the project, I guess.
When I was working with you too, I was always like, these two probably know better than me, so I just like always go with you, except for the color scheme, because I don't know, I'm a sucker for black and white.
So those are like the creative compromises we have to do.
Yeah, you ever get like aggressive clients who are like, no, I want it this way?
We do, but then we try to like push it in like a kind manner. So maybe you should do
kill
this.
It with kindness.
Yeah, but then they're like, but we don't have the budget, or like, it's hard to change this because of like there's like factories, like they work with the factories, or like there's just problems that the client has to handle. So we can't really tell them that to like do whatever.
Right. Yeah. And like, I'm not like dissing on Burmese people in general, but like, I feel like the design landscape, right? It's like compared to here at least. And I see like a lot of minimalism coming up, a lot of like just like stripped down designs and stuff. But like, I do know that Bama is like the designs are a little bit more convoluted. Would you agree?
It's
like it's like a little bit like, I don't know, not traditional, but like, I don't know, it's not what's trending right now.
I want to say tacky, but like it's
tacky, a little bit.
Yeah, like when you see like signboards, they do it. A lot of like old tea shops or just billboards in general. They use a lot of like gradient and it's
Yeah, gradient,
like
bevel,
primary
bevel.
colors.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate bevel so much.
Yeah, no, it's also, I guess, doing design here and like especially the creative industry is just kind of like, I guess, hard when you start doing something, like when you start in the creative industry here, because creativity is like, I don't know, it's not really expressed here in a sense.
Dude, for
that,
real,
like,
I agree with
people,
that.
and also the I guess like the country's economy as well. Like they can't really afford to like put money and time into like designing things because they have to I guess make money, quick money.
I agree.
So that's what happened too. And like, but for us, luckily, like the clients we've been getting lately are kind of very creative and like flexible, and they're willing to spend the money that's necessary to like push the branding and whatever. So
right.
It's actually good for us in a sense, right?
Right, they just like go all in with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna ask, like, for those clients, right? Like, do you think it was on your part that you sought them out, or they came to you, like these more creative clients?
Actually,
or at least
it's like usually it's, I guess, word of mouth, like from one client to another. Just I think it just happened like that because design studios, Facebook pages, and stuff like that don't really get noticed here as well. Like we've been posting on Facebook, but not as frequently,
I feel like
of course.
Instagram for Majo, it's the audience is a little bit like more down to pay because
it's an more international platform. Like Facebook is solely, we have it solely for the Burmese market. Just
right. Same here.
Right.
Like Facebook is just like targeted as Burmese people because it's like their internet,
Right, exactly. So that's that. And we don't really get a lot of contact from through Facebook, but it's just word of mouth. People just like, oh, we've heard about you guys from like from someone. I mean, except for you just like followed us.
No, actually, you were recommended to me by one of my friends. Wow, I don't know if you know. It was word of mouth in my case too.
Right. Yeah. So like, I think most of our clients are word of mouth, and it's just like a little bit. So,
dude, that's such a. I feel like if I were in your place, I would feel like so much, like I don't know, like uncertainty, because word of mouth is like tough to rely on. What'd you say?
True.
But also somewhere as small as Yangon, I feel like it could work.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we don't really like purposely be like, oh, we're relying on word of mouth. It just happened for us because we're also a small studio, so we don't really know how to. We're still learning to market ourselves and like put ourselves into a proper position. And for me, I don't know. I've always believed that like word of mouth could be like a way of clients showing their trust on you in the sense like, they trust you enough, your studio enough to like recommend it to their friends or like recommend it to someone else. So for me, that was kind of like, oh, this is actually not bad, in a sense. But of course, like digital age, we kind of got to push the marketing to
for sure.
Level. But we just haven't worked on that yet because we've been busy with the clients' projects. So like we can't really push on our own.
We've had like we've been planning on posting the work that we've done for Chip for Chat for like a while, like a few months now, but we just haven't had the time to finalize it and post it out.
Yeah, I get it.
It takes
and
like
plus,
sorry, go on.
Oh no, and plus like, wait, what was I gonna say? Oh my god, I forgot. What you were saying? Go on, you go first.
Oh no, I was just saying that to post the designs that we did in a aesthetically pleasing way, I guess. Takes effort like another project for us in a sense. So
and plus like a two-man team like yours, like I feel like you guys would want to make every attempt at marketing like perfect, right?
Right.
Yeah. So do you ever like plan on expanding? Or do you want to stay like?
We actually have been expanding in a sense, not necessarily in-house people, but like freelancers and stuff like that. So we have an account who's a friend. We already have one, so she just kind of like manages projects and timelines and stuff for us. So it's a little better for us now that we don't have to manage all of those.
Yeah, because like
so we can.
No, because I was gonna say like if you like doing design is one thing, and doing design is the reason you started this business, right? But then on top of that is all the management and like
Yes.
putting things into a tangible like scope and clear timeline that must be like tough to jump into.
Yeah.
Did you guys expect any of this, like this to be as robust as it is now?
I wouldn't expect it to be so like it's not really big, but this big by like now.
Yeah.
I thought it would take like a few more years or something like that.
Damn.
But we're surprised we're booked, sort of like in 2020.
Yeah, you were telling me,
February sort of are booked for us, so like we're surprised.
Dude, when we called to schedule this meeting, I asked you what you were doing for New Year's. You were like, nothing, I'm working.
Yeah. Because we had this social media account thing as well, so like we have to work.
I bet. Yeah, like you have like deadlines to live up to and stuff too. Yeah. No, what's that like? Like, okay, I'm not like, no, I want to know how you guys like balance that like personal life and business life, because I guess you guys don't see it as work from what you're telling me. You guys like really enjoy it. Like you guys like spend hours on end just putting effort into this thing, right?
Sometimes it does feel like work, like when the deadlines are coming up really fast and the client is asking, like sometimes they want to rush us even more, and then we have like we call each other like every single day.
Yeah, we haven't gone like a day without talking to each
other.
That's crazy.
It's kind of cute.
And every morning, like he would call me and he would like, what do we have to do today? And then and we just check in, and then we try to finish as much as possible every single day.
Yeah, we have deliverables for like every day as well. So like right now, our another account, she's like kind of handling the deliverables for each day and stuff like that. Like we have to check in, and then like what did we promise to the clients, right, and stuff like that.
Right. I feel like personal life, because of COVID right now, personal life and work, it's like sort of intertwined, especially for the two of us, because we go in, like when we go out to meet other people, the other people is just him and of us, and like if we were to go out to like the gym, it's him also.
Still you,
like,
aren't you guys sick of each other?
Oh yeah, my sisters are surprised. Like we call each other for work the entire day, and then we go to the gym, and then after that, sometimes we end up playing games together, and then we say goodnight, and then that's it. But they're surprised that we're not sick of each other because we see each other every single day.
Right. Yeah. So that's actually kind of like wholesome, because I don't know, I know a lot of people in your place that would just be like, fuck, I want my alone time. I mean, not saying that like you need alone time, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I was thinking about that too, because this is for me, like this entire thing is like alone, right? But then everyone who I know or think can help me is my friends, because I don't know anyone other than my friends, right? So like I'm always like a little wary of working with my friends. So I want to ask you, like, how is it like being friends and like co-workers not co-workers, like co-founders at the same time?
We did actually stumble upon this topic, I guess. Yeah, we were just talking about how I actually worry a little bit in the sense that if this, gets big, and I don't want business to kind of like
get in the way,
with
right?
our personal, like our friendship. Yeah. But I guess for now it's working out. So like we
but I feel like it's easier because we started the studio, so we know like the entire history of Doh Studio. But I feel like getting a new person to join, like our accountant, she doesn't really know, like she's been helping us a lot, but she doesn't really know like the process or everything that well. So we've been like, it's good, but we just have to teach her a little bit more. So it's better it's better if someone's there from the start, and like you grow it together.
Yeah. Because I mean, you guys are like at the forefront of the battle. Like you guys do all the nitty gritties and like take care of all the clients and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. What are your do you have any short-term goals for the business in the near future?
I'll rebrand.
We have long-term goals, but short-term, we're trying to I don't know, what are we trying to do?
I mean, we kind of did like reset our prices and stuff, increased our prices in a sense for 2021 because of our portfolio as well. We've been building our portfolio and it's getting more projects as well. So we raise the price, and also our kind of goal is just along the way of designing, we want to educate the clients in a sense. Not that like they don't know, but like just I guess whenever people work with us, like they kind of know after each project, like, oh, how long it takes and like the process and everything. We want to kind of like be transparent and just tell them, and then along the way they will know. And I mean, for us, we give them like a project timeline so they kind of know everything and all the steps, right? Like
right. Like just completely transparent, all the steps, every step of the way.
Right, and also that will like, I guess, kind of.
It makes them realize.
Right, it makes them realize that like design actually takes time and work. You know, people usually they come up to us and be like, "Oh, we need this by like in 2 weeks," and stuff like that.
Right.
It's not
Holy
possible,
fuck!
You know, in a sense, right? So like, that's that. So we try to explain like, "Oh yeah, this is how long it will take."
Yeah, there's no way it's going to take 2 weeks because, like, I feel like for design, you have to think of all the tangential things. Like, like for me, when we were doing our thing, like you told me, like it's not just about the logo and the banners. It's about like potential sales opportunities, like merch and stuff like that. And everything has to be like coincide and be cohesive. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Like how? What was I gonna say? So. Regarding that, right? Regarding the cohesiveness, right? Like how this is more like a philosophical question, like at US designers. Wait, what happened?
No, you spilled water.
Dude, I had to change my shirt because I spilled water on myself right before I called you guys. Like this is more like a philosophical question. How do you where is the cohesion point? Like how much of the original design do you have to improve and or compromise as a result of like this like gigantic cohesive project? Do you understand?
Like you're saying like from our original idea to like after thinking about every little thing along the way,
exactly.
Like how much do we have to compromise from our
and the gap, exactly, the gap between like the first idea and like the overall end product.
For us, I think so like every other project, we try to start off with, as you know, like the style skates, right? The mood boards. And when we do the mood boards, we kind of give the art direction, 3 different art directions to the clients, right? And like we will be so that we're on the same page with the client, right? So
of course,
we try to sell the ideas, and then if the client likes this and we also like this, we're so on this, then we move forward in that direction so that we try to have less risk and less compromise along the way, right? And then
there's always like some minor changes
right.
side, but it's not too bad to the point where it's like it's gonna ruin the entire
because we try to sell the idea to them from the very beginning, in a sense, with their voice, and they kind of already know what to expect, like what kind of a design overall, like not very all the details, but overall they kind of know. And another thing we need to compromise is from like third parties, so like factories, print shops and stuff like that. All those limitations, I guess. We have to kind of think of that as well. So for us, like it's not just designing, you know, when we have like a branding project and like people want collateral items like flyers, billboards, or like whatever postcards and stuff like that, we kind of have to think of all the things, and then we have to kind of know what how the printing process is and all the stuff. Not just design. You can't just like design this and give it to the client. They might not know, so you have to.
It's also like more of like we try to think of how the client, like if we were to do a full branding project, how the client can get the most like revenue based off like the style of the like social media post. So like for Protect, we originally designed, we wanted like a premium look, but then we had a brand guideline for them because they did like full branding. So they were supposed to follow the look that we gave them so that it would look like more premium and they would get more engagement based off that. But then they handed it off to a separate company and it ended up looking like similar to ads. So like we also look at how the brand will like grow in the future. So like all their posts, like everything about the brand, like we try to build the brand rather than just
Right.
elements of the brand. Yeah.
You kind of gotta assume and like wear all of their clothes and like in a metaphorical sense. Like you just gotta like internalize
get
their
into their shoes now.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, so like I'm sure that's different for each type of client you handle. Like, do you handle mostly businesses?
We actually right now have different clients actually from different industries going on, like food and beverage TA, and also like Protech is like how to use it, medical supplies, product and service. I mean, most of them are products, but like the fields and the industries are different, right? Like medical industry is like Protects from medical field, other stuff are like food and beverage and stuff like that. So. We do have kind of like a variety, I guess, in a sense. Cause
that's a very diverse base of customers.
Right. I've done branding for jewelry as well, like and all. So,
Right. Like, what's your mindset and like thought process when it comes to different types of clients? Like, how do you handle like the food and drink industry, and like let's say like if you're designing for a factory, like you said before?
I feel like there's a lot of research that goes in beforehand, especially if it's like
on your part.
Especially if it's a new client from like something that we haven't done before. So we have to know every element of like what goes on. Like if it was a product, like we have to know what are the target audience, and like how do they usually like sell? Do they sell on like retail, or like everything about them? We have to know the entire brand first, and then
And sometimes most of that we can get the information from like our initial meeting with the clients and stuff like that, and also like we give them a branding questionnaire, so they filled it out, and then we kind of know like what's their price range, what's their target audience, what's their like what's their what was I gonna say? I forgot about it. Sort of. Basically, it's just about their business overall and their market, and then we get that information from them, and then we also, I guess, research and ask around in a sense.
Oh, okay. And like to what extent like do you guys say like, okay, here's what they need from us, but here's the extra step we have to go to give them idea X? Like, how do you broaden it in a sense? Like
push more towards our new idea in a sense.
Not your new idea per se, but like the the additional suggestions you have to make that you think would benefit them.
We just throw it.
Yeah,
honestly.
While we present design,
right.
It's like we just suggest that maybe we came up with this new idea where we think that this would be better, rather than go with this direction, or if we have new suggestions like you guys should do this event or whatever, and then you like boost it. We just
we kind of have to have like a solid reason behind, of course. Like,
right.
But we try to,
because it's more than just like looking nice, right?
Right. So we just tell them, and then most of our clients are reasonable, so
I hope
they're
so.
Open to new ideas and like suggestions, so it's for us. We just throw it to them.
No, I remember when we first worked on my logos, you guys gave me like 3 completely different mood boards, and I really appreciated that, because I was like, I don't know what I want, and I at that time I didn't know you guys, so I didn't know what you could do for me. So like having that like initial variety and diverse set of ideas put onto like 3 separate mood boards was like really helpful, because you can only narrow in from there. If you start off with one idea, then like you don't know where the hell to go. Right.
We actually, when I started it alone, I never really had like a proper mood board setup and everything like this. Like the workflow wasn't really, I guess, efficient in a sense when I was alone. And then once so during senior year, I was just doing things how I know. I never had like proper education on it as well. So I was just learning from YouTube on like designing and stuff like that.
I interned at Doh Studio, and Felix is interning at Mango right now.
Yeah.
And then
what were the names?
Doh Studio.
POKE?
Yes.
Yeah. So I really look up to them, because like Kevin and Oli, like they really taught me like a lot from their side. So like they showed me, oh, like they did this, like their process and like whatever they did, and I just like took all that information and brought it back to like in a different way, to build Doh. Yeah,
intellectual theft.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Joking. And then Felix right now he's working at Mango, and then he's getting a lot of like experience.
What's it called? Mango?
Like Mango advertising. So like I'm working.
Oh, Mango.
Yeah.
Oh,
like Mango
okay.
and advertising.
Yeah.
So,
I think
like,
I've heard about that.
Yeah. It just like helps us in general to, I guess, gain more experience and knowledge in our field, and then just we take some things from here and there, and then try to like kind of come up with our own system in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, people just have to do that, you know. Everyone learns from somewhere, so
yeah. How does it compare? Like you guys like taking what they taught you in an overall comprehensive sense, like and applying it to you versus like actually working directly under them while you were doing that.
I feel like working under them, like we don't really have much control.
Creative control, right?
Yeah. So like we're basically just doing stuff, but like we just look at all like some of the processes and then just apply it to whatever we're trying to do.
Right. That makes sense. Do you guys ever like want to go crazy with your ideas for like some fun project that you're not too invested in, but you could like, because you're not too invested in it, like you could just like go wild, you know what I'm saying? Do you guys have any of those projects?
I mean, we have like the mural idea that we're thinking of. It's not necessarily one project.
Like another one.
Big concept. Yeah. Like commercial murals that we want to lean into. Since I can draw and stuff, I can also paint murals as well. And like,
wait, sorry, could you clarify to me what a commercial mural is?
I guess a commercial mural is more like just how
sort of
basically like
advertisements.
I guess in a sense, like people come to you for murals, and then I guess you're just doing murals in a sense. There's no commercial or anything. I guess murals.
Murals that people outsource to you for.
Right, exactly. For let's say advertisements, instead of doing billboards and stuff, you would like hire a group of mural artists to like do the whole advertising on the side of the building and stuff like that, rather than just traditional advertising like billboards and stuff. And like what's the new game from like League of Legends that's coming out? Like I forgot that name. Like there was this in Philippines. They were doing like a commercial mural for that as well, like for the launch of the game. Yeah, they like painted characters on the side of the walls and stuff like that. And then the new North Face. The North Face and right is that the brand, right?
North Face, like a
clothing.
Yeah. North Face.
The North Face and Gucci also had a new collaboration, and then they painted the side of the building with like their one of their products, I guess, like the jacket, the puffer jacket. Yeah, so it's like
we want to experiment a lot. I want to try a lot of different projects, but then we never really have the time because we're stuck with branding.
Clients.
We have a lot of plans on what we do want to do in the future.
I guess.
So I'm assuming you guys have to come to a point where like you guys balance out your clients with like your own vision of your business, right?
Yeah.
Because clients, it's like you have the request, you fulfill it, but then whereas if you want to kind of like veer off into a different direction with your business, you kind of have to go wild on your own, right?
Yeah, I guess like it's self-marketing in a sense where like how do you want to position yourself? So if we maybe like do some passion projects that are super creative and then we put it out there, maybe people might see those and then come
appreciate
to us
you
for
more.
Those kind of kind of projects. Then maybe we can get clients that are like super into creative stuff,
but
or
it's
like
really
unique stuff.
hard to make time for passion.
Right.
Of course.
Because I'm still working at Mango, honestly. Like I'm still working. I'm actually gonna be full time soon. Right now, Maung is like our main kind of like managing everything at Doh. I just
y'all are hustling.
Yeah. Felix is gonna go to college September.
September.
Yeah, he's gonna go to college September. So we're trying to figure out how we can communicating is pretty easy, but how we're gonna be functioning and that's...
Dude, yeah.
There's so many questions.
Where are you going for where are you going for college?
Parsons, New York.
New York. Okay. Wait,
So,
Felix, not Felix, Naaman, how about you? Like, you said you don't know where you want to go
I'm
yet?
not sure. Like, I got in, but then I didn't defer. I just didn't reply to them.
Both of them like
Playing hard to get.
Yeah, I never really wanted to go to college. Like I never. Yeah, it was just weird to me. I didn't like how the system was like.
Works.
So I did.
Did you
get
go to America?
UAL. No, I got to UAL at the UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
and then
okay.
I was gonna do like 3D and product design, but then I just decided not to. But then I'm just trying to like get more work experience, and then later if I feel like I might go. But maybe like I just want to try a lot of like different courses.
Yeah,
and see,
yeah. No, I will say though, right? Because I've been in an American college for like quite some time now. Like I feel like the UK system offers a lot more specialization. Like let's say you want to really hone in on design, right? That's all you'll be doing in college, or at least from what I've heard. But here it's like you're bogged down by all these like general education classes. I actually spoke about this to my friend who goes to school in Australia who didn't know the American system too. Like first 2 years you have to fulfill an X amount of like breadth courses, which is like history or like chemistry or like biology, like stuff that like if you don't care for it, you really don't care for it, you know. But whereas the UK system is like very like, okay, here's what you want to do. We'll offer you any and all classes that will get you there. I feel like that's the kind of sentiment there.
Depend on us a little bit. Like they don't like that I'm just doing my own thing, and they say like you only care about yourself to me a lot. Which,
No, speaking of that, I feel like, and the question you asked about like personal compromises, we do have to actually take a lot of time away from spending time with our family. I guess. It's a lot for us. Like since I'm like right now, I'm like almost full time at Mango, and then also doing Doh. So like my weekends off and stuff like that, I'm always working 24/7. So like it kind of takes a toll like this on us.
Also, me, like I have 3 sisters, and then like they hang out in like the living room, and then they do like fun activities, and then they like watch movies together. They call me. I'm like, oh, like wait, I can't. Like I'm still working, and then I don't finish working until like very late. And by that time, I have to wake up early, so I just sleep instead of hanging out with them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like, is your studio close to home, or is it like?
No, it's actually the studio. It's this place, this wall, right? So it's like it's just like a room beside my bedroom in a sense. Like we just like.
So it is still in your house.
Yes, it is. It is actually still in my house. It's just that. I guess it's just like I define it as a workplace in a studio, I guess, so where we like all can meet up and stuff.
I think that shows how much you work because like Maroma, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my little brother is the same way. He started producing at a very, very young age.
Right,
so like for the his name is JACKPØT. Like Momien, do you know Momien?
I've read it before.
Oh yeah. He's like he was very like a lone person. Like I thought for the longest time that he was just like he just didn't like us. but I know that's not the case because he's just he's an artist too, and as an artist he just spends so much trying to perfect his own song. So I completely like he spends so much time away even in the same house. So I get it. Yeah.
Honestly, that's why my family is a little okay with that too, more than McDonald's, because my family is just very independent in a sense. Like when I was younger too, my parents would be like working a lot, and then we have to like make a special occasion for all of the family members, and it's only 4, right, together, and like have some dinner and stuff like that. So I've always kind of grew up to be like focused on my own stuff, you know, my parents did their own stuff, like so I'm just used to like, okay, I have to do this, so I do this, and then
I guess that also makes like when you guys do meet, that also makes those moments like very special and rare, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, so you're saying, Neiman, you were saying your family's more incorporated. Is that so?
Yeah, like I have 4 siblings, including me. So like I have 3 sisters, and then 2 of them are older than me. I have a younger one, and my mother too were very close. Like I don't know how to explain, but Felix knows like we're very, very close, and like we just tell each other everything. But the good thing is that the oldest one, she's like working on video, like she has her own video production company.
Oh,
And the
okay.
second oldest is she's studying animation and VFX. She's studying
Sandy?
VFX. Yeah, Sandy. She's doing
Oh,
VFX.
okay.
Yeah, so then, and I'm doing graphic design. So at least like we have this similar work creative space where like we talk about it. And the youngest one, I'm not sure, but she's still in high school. She's like exploring what she wants to do.
So you guys still like, even though you guys are doing different mediums of creativity, you guys still have that like shared collectively shared like creative mindset, right?
And Felix is a little worried that like I'm gonna pick family over him.
Fuck you, Felix.
He's like, oh, like we started this together. I am gonna stick by him, but like sometimes I have to do stuff for my sisters, and he's like, but we have Doh Studio, so I'm like, yeah. Like,
our families turned out to be, I guess, in the creative industry.
His
like
little brother.
My brother is also into animation and stuff like that, so it's all good,
that's
work out,
crazy.
Yeah, and he's also into acting. Like he actually shot a short film with my sister's production.
Oh.
One time film festival, don't know like it. So
it was called Return to Sender.
Yeah, that's
no brother stuff.
Oh, okay. Do you
So,
guys
like,
ever work with like Chris and stuff? Does she ever work with Chris and stuff, or is Chris more like an independent thing?
I think Chris
is more independent. He's like a freelance DP. He's a director of photography now, so he's just doing freelance gigs right now. I think for like productions, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I have worked with Chris. Actually, not worked. I guess he just came by to like some of the productions that I went to from Mango. Previously,
Oh, okay. So, like, I don't know. For my family, right? All my siblings do different things. I don't know what I want to do in the long term. Probably something along the lines of business. My eldest brother is the same way. My little brother, though, he's like you guys, like very like creative processes, music. Music. Yeah. How do you deal with like the wild card nature of design, like especially in a very traditional, very rigid structure in Burma? Like how do you like, do you like ever try to change the landscape of design, or do you play it safe sometimes, or both?
For us, we do want to end up working with like more international clients, but we want to change the mindset of people so that they will be more open to like creating designs like this.
And to do that, we kind of like push them a little bit in more experimental directions that people haven't tapped into.
Right.
So
that's what we try to do.
Because the market here for like new designs, it's pretty like people don't really know about it. It's just starting out. Like we see it as an opportunity rather than like a disadvantage, because like since the market hasn't been really tapped in yet, I want to be one of like the first few to.
Yeah.
There are already some established like freelance designers, like Mobile Guru is very good.
I think I've heard of Mobile.
Yeah, Mobile, Diba,
Projector,
Yeah, they are already actually established professional people, I guess, working in the field already. But it's still kind of rare, so we kind of still have some space to push,
Yeah. Do you guys know Next Labs?
Yes, I do.
Like how do you conduct yourself under like big names like Next Labs? Because I know they're pretty big. I think I've been to their office
they're
once.
already like a quite big creative agency already.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, honestly, we don't really have a plan or anything sorted out to like kind of tackle that, but to compete with kind of big names right now. But I guess I think we just have to kind of focus on doing what
yourselves first.
Right. And then I think we'll just. I don't really know. It's more like business strategy for us to tackle and compete with the competition and stuff like that. And also depends on just portfolio, I guess, for designers. Awards and portfolios are the main things. And as you know, Myanmar people tend to like follow one thing. So if something is famous here, they just go there.
Right.
Like,
big time,
People tend to do that here. They don't explore or give give opportunities and chances.
Loyalty, Yanchi.
Right. Loyalty, Yanchi, and which is really good, but it's not good if that the company that they're loyal to is not you.
Yeah.
So
No,
I guess
No, I feel like the level of loyalty that some customers might have is like it kind of opens up opportunities for the businesses to exploit the customers. I don't know if it's true because I can't come up with like any real life examples, but I'm just saying like logically, like because they're so loyal, it's like anything goes, you know, anything the company says goes.
Right. And then the production quality and level kind of drops. In any market. That's sort of, so like, I guess we don't really have a plan, but I mean, I still want to study marketing and stuff. And then
You should read. One of my friends is super into marketing. He's reading this book called Hooked. I think you should check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you the link after the podcast. Yeah. Do you guys have anything to say like of your business or anything like that? Like just
I think
you guys
covered all actually.
Oh, okay, that's good. Wait, last thing I want to ask you guys is, how do you guys handle your own limitations as designers? Like, how do you know when to be ballsy and when to play it safe?
With the clients?
Oh, no, just like your design philosophy.
I feel like usually, like most times, we want to go all out. Like a lot of the times, like we're very, like we get excited about like projects or whatever we're gonna do. We get very excited. We're like, oh, like we're gonna do this. But then sometimes it just ends up being a little bit more toned down. But we do want a chance to go all out sometimes.
Yeah. I think when you guys said like about your murals and stuff, I think you could really exercise that with projects of that like tenure, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And honestly, we still need to learn a lot more about design in general, just because it's all self-taught right now, and I know for a fact that this is not enough for us to like actually compete with like already established professionals around the world or internationally or even here. So right now we're just high school, you know, fresh out of high school, we're just doing what we love right now. So we still need to learn a lot. And,
definitely.
In general.
And I respect you guys because like even if you just started out, I feel like you guys are established enough and you at least know like what the hell you're doing, you know? That's tough. That's tough. You know, it is like a lot of people, like even me, even people, my friends, like they're still kind of like trying to figure themselves out, you know? So I don't think you should be too hard on yourself when it comes to that, because I don't know, you guys are pretty dope.
Thanks.
Okay, any last words for the audience?
Not really. Just people trying to be more creative and like just be free.
Try to be more creative.
Try to be more creative and like, you know, try to, I guess, accept experimental stuff that we throw at you.
Yeah. No, I feel like people should be more like
open to new ideas.
Yeah. Especially if they can be, like if they have the resources and the time to kind of lay back on like the rigidness. I think like you should definitely go like the experimental route, especially in a place like Yangon where design is just like starting out, you know? Yeah.
Oh, I do want to say, like, everyone that goes to college and like studies design, I hope they come back here to improve rather than staying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of my biggest like. I really want to come back here, no matter what.
Dude, do it.
For the country itself, and also for the whatever, for the future and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel like it's on us to just. I mean, sometimes it's hard because we don't have the, how do you say, audience or market to pay well. But then it's up to us to create that kind of market.
Audience, yeah.
So
I think people like us, whatever we do, we first have to get over the fact that we don't have a market yet. I think as like people starting off, like going to international schools, like going to college elsewhere abroad, like I feel like. I don't know if it's too like harsh, but I feel like we have the responsibility to come back home and like change the landscape. Yeah, there's a lot of brain drain, like a lot of people like just going away and staying there. No, I don't know. Sometimes, but sometimes like it doesn't make sense because like a place like Yangon is so ripe for change, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and like even if you don't have the lucrative opportunities yet, I feel like it's very ripe for those opportunities to be created, like Felix said.
Right.
Yeah.
And especially because all the international school kids are gonna come back and stuff, and then like that's kind of like the right time because most of them are gonna want to start their own business, and that's where we can kick in as like a company that designs for like startups and stuff like that.
Yeah. Don't you feel like everyone these days have like an entrepreneurial mindset back home? Like everyone's starting like clothing stores, mostly clothing stores.
Actually, I started a clothing brand with Chris and like Lynn and Calvin, a few of my friends, actually back in 10th grade. And we never actually finished it. It was more of like an experiment for us to just see and tap into the business side of things, for a while. And then it was too much and we had school anyways, and then it just died off. We never actually put it too much effort. But we get to know the production procedures and stuff like that, but that was about it.
Did you have to like outsource to manufacturers and stuff?
Yes,
outside the country?
Yeah.
Oh,
from China,
okay.
yeah. But then the shirt qualities turned out to be really amazing. But yeah, we just stopped. It was just an experiment.
I mean, you could keep. Yeah, with like a design company, I feel like you could go the clothing route again. As I feel like it could be a subset of your business, if anything.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Hope you guys are staying safe.
We are. Just go to the gym.
Dude, I wish I could go again too. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording, yeah?